All right, so my personal computer, this is what I'm going to be putting together. After going over it, just need to do some upgrades to it, just kind of tweak it up a little bit, and just kind of give you guys an update on what I use to kind of to make these videos and just do my gaming. I love computer gaming. I'm big into computer gaming. For the longest time, I was a big console guy, playing PlayStation 4. Never got into Xbox, but I was big into PlayStation 4. Loved the Nintendo Switch, but as far as all the other games that comes out, I love playing my computer. So going over it real quick, the case I'm going to be using is the Fractal Design Meshify C. This is the tempered glass version. Got the tempered glass right over there on top of my wife's car. I'm sure she'll love that. I like the front. What I like about the front is that it has a mesh, and the mesh actually allows good airflow to go into there and kind of come out through here. So these fans are going to actually be intake fans, which are going to be taking in air from here, blowing it through here, bringing cool air, and then any heat that kind of gets through the CPU area and the video card, I'm just going to have it blown out through the top, which I'll be using these Thermaltake fans. They're the Thermaltake Ring Trio fans. Got them on sale at Best Buy. They should work good. They have a little control over here that you can control the speed, play, pause, mode. That's as far as the colors that we're going to use. I'm going for a blue theme for this computer because I'm partial to the blue. So that's the fans I'm going to be using for that. These are the Corsair 140 millimeter maglev fans. They're also blue. I think they're great fans. I've always used these maglev fans. They blow in a crap ton of air and they work great as intake fans. So I'm going to be using these. For the motherboard, I'm going to be using the Asus Z370E Strix Gaming. It's going to go paired with my i7 8700K, as you can see right over here. I've started building this computer, just putting it together, just cleaning it up, going through it, and just kind of getting it propped, everything. Already got the CPU installed, got the memory installed, everything. I've already checked for clearance and issues. That works great. For the memory, I'm going to be going with the Corsair DDR4 16 gig kit, 3000 megahertz. Decent memory. Actually, Corsair doesn't make this type of memory no more. They kind of just have the solid RGB strip. These just has this little cover that goes off of it. This cover actually comes off, and I could kind of do it like that. So I don't know, I haven't decided if I want to keep these covers on or not. I might take them off and just see how the light shines through, and then just take it from there. But we'll see. Just comment below whether I should use these covers or not, whatever looks better. So that's what I'm going to be using for that. For storage, I went with the M.2. I get that in there. M.2 Samsung NVMe 512 gig. That's going to be my boot drive for Windows and just regular software. That's strictly what that is. For my games, I'm going to be using a 512 SSD Samsung right there. For my thermal paste, Thermal Grizzly, crying out, love using them. They always work great. As you can see, this is not like the newest computer, greatest computer that is out right now. This is a budget-friendly Tech Garage. Still good price to performance bang. I mean, this computer is probably 2-3 years old, if anything. But you know what? It works great. I'm not rich. I can't afford an i9 9900K or a Ryzen 7 3900X or 3950X, whatever comes out by now. So this works. For the power supply, EVGA Supernova 850 G3 power supply. I'm going to be going with the Silent Wings, Be Quiet Silent Wings. Should be more than enough to what I'm trying to do with this computer. I might try to overclock it to 5 gigs, see if that holds up. If not, then I might get a beefier cooler in the future. For my video card, Asus GeForce RTX 2080. I'm not rich. I can't afford a 2080 Ti, but I could sure somewhat afford a 2080. I'm brand loyal specific. I've been using Asus for years. I've never had an issue with them. I've never had compatibility issues. Love their video cards. I had the 1080 Strix. I had a 970 Strix. I have a 1050 Ti Strix that I put in my dad's computer. That works real great. So I've always used them. And I've never had an issue with Asus video cards. I mean, some people do. Hey, I've been using these Asus video cards and motherboards for years, going back to the Athlon days and early Pentium days. I've never had an issue with them. So that's what I'm going with. For storage, for my my videos, backup, and all our other data and stuff, I'm going to be going with 2 Western Digitals 1 terabyte blues. They're 7200 RPM fans, 7200 RPM hard drives. So I'm probably gonna put them together, raid them, just kind of boost up the performance a little bit, but it's just mostly gonna be storage drive. So I might do it, might not do it, haven't decided yet. Show this over here real quick. This is the heat sink. Oops, drop that. And that actually goes and that covers my M.2 drive. So that actually looks pretty cool. Motherboard had some RGB. I'm going with a blue theme. And with the blue theme, I'm partial to it. Like I said, I think it'll look really good with the temple glass, with the blue fans, 140 millimeters just shining through here. The 120s are gonna shine up here, and then I'll have another one over here. I'm gonna be using this blue RGB strip. Might put it on the bottom over here. Probably not, because I think it'll show, but I might just put it up on the side. This is a magnetic one, and I'll just kind of hide it through there. So we'll play with it. We'll see what works. So I'm gonna build this computer, just put it back together, get it up to snuff, and then I'll show you a video of how it looks, how the blue comes out, and we'll just do a recording of me putting it together. So let's see how it goes. So my personal rig is done, and I think it looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. I like the blue theme. Like I said, I'm partial to the blue. I might do a little more editing with the RGB software to try to get a little more flashing blue, or maybe a fade in and fade out blue. I'll probably play with it a little bit, but for the most part, I like the way it looks. I mean, I just like the way it pops. The blue right over here, the blue memory. The accent of the fans, which looks pretty cool in the back. Also on the top. In the front, which is the front of the case, this is what you see in the front. Got the I/O, power buttons, all that stuff. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. So, see any other details I might have missed? Nah. So I got it clocked to 5 gigahertz. Running with this Be Quiet, the Silent Wings, and it runs pretty cool. It doesn't overheat, doesn't give me any thermal throttling or anything. I mean, the temperatures stay very manageable. There's a ton of airflow coming from the back and up from the front, and this is bringing in a lot of cool airflow. So overall, the computer runs very quiet. I mean, it stays very quiet on the load. Of course, that RTX Strix 2080 is a beast of a card, so I just love it. I mean, the camera doesn't do justice of how it looks in person, but it kind of gives you an idea. So just a review of my rig and what I built. I mean, it's nothing too custom or too fancy, but just something, you know, simple enough just to grab a little eye candy. An i7 8700K, 16 gigs, DDR4 3000 Corsair, Asus Strix 2080, two 1 terabyte Western Digital Blue hard drives, Samsung SSD 512, Samsung NVMe M.2 512. So yeah, this thing runs pretty good. I'm very happy with it. So I know it's not one of the custom mods or anything, but it's my rig. I didn't really have a ton of time or space, because personally I would like to get into some water cooling and some other things, but I need more space, time, and money. So, but that's my rig for now. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more custom rigs like this, just let me know below what you want to see and maybe we can build it. Got a couple of themes I'm thinking about coming up. So just stay tuned and we'll see what other rigs I could come up with. Thanks.